Ebola is in the U.S. It's on the front page of nearly all the newspapers, and the 24-hour news stations have had wall-to-wall coverage of the situation. But how much of it is a threat to you here in Idaho? Jake Melder is in studio with more on this On Your Side investigation.
Thousands of Africans have died from Ebola in the last few months, and the CDC estimates more than 1 million more could fall victim by the first of the year. So I spoke to a local expert to see how dangerous this virus is to us here in the Treasure Valley. The answer may surprise you. You stocked up on emergency meals and you've cleared the racks of respirators. And who can blame you? Media outlets have posted countless articles with headlines that make Ebola sound like a modern-day bubonic plague. But should we be scared? I asked Dr. Heather Hammerstedt.
Our threat level right now in the Treasure Valley is 1 to 2 at the most.
That's with 10 being the most dangerous. Ebola is a low-level risk because it isn't easily transmitted.
It is not contagious until someone is very ill, and it's only contagious if you actually touch the person who is ill.
Area hospitals are also well equipped and staffed to handle a viral emergency. This room in St. Alphonsus looks typical, but it can be completely quarantined from the rest of the building. Dr. Hammerstedt, who goes to Africa to train nurses there for emergency situations, says that isn't the case across the Atlantic.
There are very few doctors in some of these countries. There are no emergency care doctors. There are very few nurses or other EMTs that are specialized in emergency care.
With Ebola plaguing West Africa, some people and congressmen want to block anyone coming out of countries dealing with infection. The chance of air travel as a way of spreading the disease, however, seems small.
It's unlikely that even if there was someone sitting next to you on an airplane that you would catch it unless they were very sick, in which case they probably would have already been screened before they got on the airplane, and you were physically touching them and getting part of like their blood or secretions onto you, which again is unlikely on an airplane.
Keep in mind, the man in Texas didn't show signs of infection and therefore have the potential to spread the disease until well after he came to America. Since then, no one he was in contact with is showing symptoms, and the constant monitoring of the situation means if someone does get sick, they will be quickly quarantined. Now, if you'd like to know more about Ebola or the work Dr. Hammerstedt's doing over in Africa, you can head on over to our website, idahoonyourside.com, where we'll have information on there shortly.